Hey, Wembley World Entertainment and Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2, its trailer is here and it reveals Godzilla, King Kong and the mysterious Titan X. Yep, there's a brand new Titan in this, and of course this picks up from Season 1. So without further ado, let's take a look at this brand new trailer for Apple's Season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters.
The world has changed.
Something's happening.
This is not Kong.
And it's not Godzilla.
This is something bigger.
He opened the rift to another world.
We made a mistake. So, what's next?
Consequences.
There you go, there's the trailer, and it looks great. The visual effects, everything looks spot on. It looks a lot more serious than the first one. The first one it wasn't super serious, but it wasn't super jokey or anything, but this looks like it's a bit more into the serious type of territory. Now we'll look at an article that breaks down this kind of season, what's going to happen, and they do kind of hint at things that can't happen, even though this article kind of says, will we see it? Which you won't, which of course is a Godzilla and Kong team up, because you can't, because what this is forgetting is that the first season took place, I think it was 4 months, 1 year. 1 year after Godzilla's arrival in San Francisco. So a year from the first movie. Then this, I believe, takes place 2 years after that. So this should be around 2017. So it can't be, because Godzilla and Kong didn't come face to face until Godzilla versus Kong, and that only happened when they had to take Kong off of Skull Island, which clearly Skull Island is still around in this. So let's dive into the article that talks about it anyway, saying Apple TV has released a new trailer for Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. While we do get to see some of Godzilla and King Kong, the show's main threat is now confirmed as the mysterious Titan X. The sneak peek stops short of fully revealing the creature, instead offering fans a few brief sneak peeks and clues. Still, it appears to be an aqua titan, and perhaps even more deadly than any other kaiju we've previously encountered in the Monsterverse. For now anyway, until the likes of Ghidorah and stuff show up. So Apple TV used Godzilla sparingly in Season 1 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and we'd bet on that being the case with him and Kong here too. However, given the success of Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla x Kong The New Empire, not to mention the excitement surrounding 2027's Godzilla x Kong Supernova, we can't help but wonder whether we'll see them share the screen again. So there's the part where you go, well, you won't, because they can't, because they haven't met at this stage. So it would be weird to see Godzilla vs. Kong, like, go and watch that movie and see that their first interaction was when they took Kong off Skull Island, because Skull Island was coming apart, it was getting destroyed, and that's why Kong, or Godzilla, comes for Kong, because they took him off the island. And of course, Godzilla keeps the balance. So them two pairing up together in this would make no sense. And you can quite clearly see in the trailer as well that Kong is still that smaller size that we met in Skull Island, so he hasn't fully grown to the time he meets Godzilla in Godzilla vs. Kong. So this continues saying, it certainly looks like Titan X will be a big enough threat to justify a team up anyway. Yeah, but again, they probably won't. Plus, how could King Kong fight him in the ocean? So there are also some intriguing hints about the reawakened Titan X having something to do with past mistakes. While we'd bet on that being explored in flashbacks following the young Lee Shaw, which is played by Wyatt Russell, it could tie into Apple TV's wider plans for a spin-off revolving around Wyatt Russell's version of the character, which I am looking forward to that if they do go ahead with that, because his stuff was some of the best stuff in Season 1 when you got the flashbacks. So Monarch Season 2 will pick up with the fate of Monarch and the world hanging in the balance. The dramatic saga reveals buried secrets that reunite our heroes and villains on Kong's Skull Island, and a new mysterious village where a mythical titan rises from the sea, which that would be Titan X. That mystical village would probably be in the flashback, and as you can see here, they're talking about Skull Island. So Skull Island is clearly in the show, which is where they are at the end of Season 1. So the ripple effects of the past make waves in the present day, blurring the bonds between family, friend and foe, all within the threat of a Titan event on the horizon. Monarch Legacy of Monsters is executive produced by blah blah blah. I don't really care about all of that stuff. So the poster, by the way, for this thing is cool. It's almost like a waterfall, the Titan's eye coming through. The eye is very unique as well, this kind of double pupil thing. It looks cool, and everyone's standing down staring up, so that's good. And the poster and of course the trailer does kind of indicate as well that they do get Kurt Russell, the older Lee Shaw, out of that kind of world between worlds area of going to the Hollow Earth, which it's not the Hollow Earth, but it's in between our Earth and the Hollow Earth, where time basically stands still. So the trailer overall, I think, looks great. I really do. I think the effects, and it's funny because looking at the effects in this, and I just did the video about She-Hulk, about Tatiana Maslany pretty much being done. Well, they're going to get rid of her. And in the article they talked about, on the TV budget they couldn't bring her to life looking perfect and stuff like that, even though that's not what they were saying when it first came out. It's like, but they're spending more on the TV shows than they are the movies. Like She-Hulk was over 200 million, so I don't know what they're talking about with, they couldn't afford it. Here's a Godzilla show, the second season, and just like the first season, the Titans look just as good in this as they did in the movie. And that is one of the things, like, to sit back and be able to say the Titans in your show look how they look on the big screen. Like, that's credit where credit is due. Like, you knew where you were investing money and investing it wisely. Not just did you get a great, well, somewhat of a great cast. You know, Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell are the standout. Don't mind half of the rest of them, but the black one, what's her name? Is it Casey something or Chasey? The girl who played Iris West in the Flash movie. She's the only one that's terrible in the show. And I do mean terrible. People go, oh, you're only hating the black girl. No, she literally is terrible. She cannot act to save her life. A couple of the others were a bit, annoying. But you could live with them, if they weren't as bad as her. It's the fact that she couldn't act is like, ugh. But Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, they were the two characters you really wanted to stick with. Even though they're the same character, but they were the most engaging people on the screen. Other than, of course, the Titans, that being Godzilla and all the other crazy Titans you met. So it's going to be very interesting to see how and what they do with this. Again, don't expect to see Godzilla and King Kong team up in this because, again, it just wouldn't really make sense. But overall, I'm looking forward to this. I'm especially looking forward to the fact that it comes out next month. I love what this trailer looks like. I think the music and everything in it sounds great, and the look of the trailer and all is fantastic. You know, I think it's shot beautifully, and again, the Titans look great. I love that shot of Godzilla coming through the spotlights in the town. That looks fantastic, so I'm looking forward to it. But what do you guys think? Did you check out season 1? Are you interested in the MonsterVerse? And what do you think of this trailer? And what do you think of Titan X? Do let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, hit the hype button, all that good stuff. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.